discuss it here for about an hour today. I'm going to make sure that EJ gets you prepped for some of the nuances of actually playing stacking, because there are some similarities between NHL and a couple of the other sports, and there's some where it's really, really unique. What up, EJ? What are you doing, buddy, besides for hanging out with me?
Hopefully my internet doesn't crash, so BigT doesn't have to go to the UPS store and send me a new box. But
yeah, it already
looks
good. Yeah, you were already screwed. I mean, you're already chopping up. I'm going to end up reading your cores like 8 times over. It's going to be a complete debacle. I'm going to come through there. I'm going to try and check you, but you're like twice my size. I'm going to fall and crumble and have head issues. And it's going to go to hell. EJ, how are you, pal? Come on, let's go.
Working on it. We're working on it.
All right. So first of all, what's your background here? Are you a guy that sits in his mom's basement? Do you have hockey experience? What is it?
Yeah. I've taught playing hockey my entire life. I coached in the USHL, the North American League, so I coached junior hockey. It's actually kind of cool now because some of the guys that I've coached are starting to get NHL debuts, like Austin Pagansky playing for the Blues right now, Joel Esperance who's playing for the Stars. So it's kind of cool now that I've stepped away from coaching, like seeing those guys get their shot to play in the NHL. So my background's in coaching, but I've always kind of dabbled in DFS, and figured once I stopped coaching, it was time to maybe jump into this a little bit full time. So
that's right, Talon Bray. This is our inaugural RPS show. Alex, Talon, DJ, what up, boys? Inaugural NHL show here on Run Pure Sports. We'll never forget it. Here's the deal. If we get to 100 likes, we'll give away RPS gear. And every single 100 after that, we're going to give away some RPS gear too. So let's see what we got. Let's get into this. EJ, Dhruv Patel, he's in here too. I mean, this is amazing. All these guys that are here for NHL or NHL are here for the NBA and baseball and football. So this is going to be kind of cool. Okay, let's get into this, EJ. We'll start with the sites. DraftKings, FanDuel. What's the scoring? What are the scoring differences?
Well, okay, so really, like the big difference that you're going to notice, like FanDuel, the scores are typically a little bit higher. You get different. Obviously, goals account for 12, or they're 8.5 over on DK. So like it's a little bit different. You get more points, but you're basically looking for the same things. You're looking for goals. You're looking for assists. You're looking for shots. DK has a little bit different because you get bonuses for shots and blocks and things like that. But it's not too terribly different. You're looking for the same things. It's not like the NBA where you're looking for, or turnovers cost you more on one site than they do on another, and things like that. So,
all right, that's good with the scoring. So the next thing to get into is DFS players. A lot of DFS players play multiple sports. And for the DFS players that do not play multiple sports, okay, you're probably going to have an interesting transition to that if you're just playing the NBA or something. But heading into these games, we look at spreads, we look at totals. How much do you include that in your analysis heading into a slate?
Obviously you're looking for games with high totals. Typically, especially this year, we noticed like the teams in the North, the Canadian teams, are almost always a 6.5 over under. So you can typically go to those games and get pretty high scoring stuff. But I'm looking for obviously you're looking for scoring, but you're looking for teams that generate a high amount of shots, because that translates to your goalie and things like that. So it's a little bit different. And I know a couple of guys in Discord were talking about correlation and, do you need to run back with the other team like you do in the NBA or things like that? And you don't. You can, but you don't have to, because team scoring between the two doesn't really matter. It's not like somebody's going to get sad if it's a 6-3 game and they're not going to play. So it's going to be a little bit different than the NBA or maybe the NFL, where they're pulling guys out of the game when they're way up. But You're typically not going to see that in a hockey game. Like a couple weeks ago, Sheldon Keefe was still running out his first power play unit, up 6-0. So
okay,
they're out there and score.
Yeah, guys, this is a Capitals jersey. I used to cover the Caps, believe it or not. Yeah, they hooked me up. I've got so much Caps gear, it's not even funny. Nick Backstrom, got some Nick Backstrom stuff. I do not have his jockstrap, but there was some other stuff that I got from Nick Backstrom. All right, so where are we on the likes here? 44. Like I said, we get to 100. You got some gear. You got some swag, even if you're already a member. We're at 94 now with 44 likes. So let's see if we can get to 100 just to start, and then we'll go from there. So we're still learning about the strategy building up to this. Title's in there. What up, Title Town? Stacking, general strategies. Let's start with general strategies too. Stacking, power play. What are some of the other things we should know before we start lineup building?
Typically, you can go with a full 4-man stack. I typically like to go.
There he goes. There he goes. Look at that frozen face.
Either a straight 4. Yeah, there. I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. And now he's gone. And now he's back. And now he's gone.
What's up, he's gonna have to go to the store and anything. You can stack a number of different ways. You can go at 2-2.
Okay. We're having some problems here.
2-2, typical things like that. So
okay. All right. So we got a 6-game slate tonight, right? Is that what we're looking for? 6 the jockstrap play of the game.
Cutting out, isn't it?
You want the jockstrap play of the game. All right, I'll give you play. I'll give you play before this thing's all said and done. I'm fine with that. Jockstrap play of the day, huh? So the face was real, guys. So let's do this. 6-game slate. Is Boston and Vegas, are these the 2 teams that'll probably be mostly targeted tonight? Are those the 2 games, or the 2 teams, I should say?
I think Colorado is going to come in with a lot of ownership. Colorado and Vegas are probably the top 2 owned teams.
Okay. This is brutal. This is a brutal connection.
East Coast bias, it's really good.
Mm-hmm. East Coast bias. So let's start with Washington and Boston then. My boy Backstrom is here. Bergeron.
Boston, you can look.
What's that? Yeah, Captain, we're going to have to come back. We're going to have to get these technical issues worked out, okay? Yeah, we can't go on and do a show here if it's just... All right, we're back, right? This is awesome. Very good. Not only do we have EJ here, we got K-Falic. K-Falic's hanging out with us.
What's
2 days
going
in a row, this dude has been on the air. What up, K-Falic? We got a little hockey to talk about tonight.
Hockey. Good news is my Preds are not on the slate, so you won't get just complete Preds talk the whole time.
Okay. So we're not doing Preds talk. And then EJ's back. Good job, EJ. You're back. Everything's fine, right? You look handsome.
Amateur. It was total amateur hour for me.
Correct.
So.
And it still is. But don't worry about it. We're going to be fine. We actually went up in viewers while we were off the air. So if we go down, we should just stop the feed again. And then go back up.
Kick myself out.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Well, K-Falic's here too. And, there'll be a lot of ladies in here for K-Falic.
Oh, yeah.
So want to say this again. Like button, even if you hate us. Hit the like button. We get to 100. Guess what? One of you get some swag. We get to 200. Another one of you is going to get some swag. But let's get into this here. And K-Falic, I did have EJ break down just some of his thoughts on NHL. We talked about the difference in scoring. We looked at the game totals. We looked at the spreads, power play stacking, general strategies. So real quick from you, anything that you can share that has helped you building your NHL lineups to this point?
So the first thing I look for is which teams are playing backup goalies for the most part. Okay. With these head-to-head type of situations you got going on, back-to-backs that are happening in the NHL. You have a lot of backup goalies that are playing in the second game, and to be honest, today is one of those days. It feels like St. Louis is going from what was a Stanley Cup winning team, goalie of Bennington a couple of years ago, to now playing this backup who is Husso or whatever his name is. So now we're going to get into the who can say the names right, because I have no clue how to say all these names. But Husso is terrible. 4 goals a game pretty much is what he's been allowing, it seems like, most of his starts. So just places to attack are the first thing. I always look at just regular statistics to just bring in the entire scope of the game of shots for and shots against for teams. So you got Colorado, who's usually one of the top teams when it comes to taking shots. So you can either play that in 2 different ways of whether you want to go with the goalie. You're going to get a good chance of getting that bonus that you're looking for a lot of the time, but it also could be a terrible situation where they get rocked. So,
okay. Listen, Cody's upset. He wants to buy some gear because he never wins. Cody, I'm going to send you this. Is this cool? Is this better than gear? This is something that I drew just for you. It says RPS, hi, Cody. So, Cody, you're going to get something out of this no matter what. All you got to do is send your address to info@RunPureSports, and we'll do it. Second of all, as long as I'm saying things that have nothing to do with hockey, what the hell, Mangone? I'm getting text that you didn't send the tweet out. Like, how are we supposed to get to 2,000 views here if you're not sending the tweet out, Mangone? Let's go, buddy. And Title, what the hell are you doing? You got a shot to come on the show, huh? You don't have enough confidence to talk hockey? What is wrong with these people? RPS, let's step up our game, guys. We're introducing a new sport to the people. Jay Reed says you're in Moose Poop, Saskatchewan. Is that true, EJ?
Not at all. Not at all. I'm in St. Louis now.
Oh, kind of the same.
It's really boring. I mean, it's close in terms of boring, but yeah, it's not quite as cold.
We got 6 games. I want to go game by game with you guys. So let's begin this right now. We'll start with my Caps taking on the Bruins in Boston. EJ, give me a couple plays from here. Your cores are up. Just go to the NHL section on RPS, and you can find his cores. But who do you like from the Washington-Boston game, and why?
Well, obviously, you gotta like the top line from Boston, like Bergeron, Marchand, and Pasternak. It's probably the best line in the NHL. There's no question about it. And the thing is, they're good defensively, they're good offensively. There's no matchup they can't deal with. So they're just going to play in every situation. We were talking about it in Discord the other day. They're going to get defensive zone starts. They're going to get offensive zone starts. It doesn't really matter. So you can really count on them to play the whole game. They're going to play a ton of minutes. It's hard not to like them.
It's hard not to like it. K. Falicky, any thoughts on this game?
It's it's a game between two powerhouse squads, and when you get those games, it sometimes causes it to be low scoring. You got overpriced plays on the teams as well. I think you're going to have I think Washington's top line will go lower owned than they maybe should necessarily, but they're still going against Boston, who's just they're a fantastic team. So I'm sure you can find some pieces there. I doubt I'll be going at it. I'll probably wait a little while and go into some of these West Coast games personally.
Yeah, EJ, anything in your cores here? I don't see anything in your core, at least your GPP core from Washington and Boston.
I've got some Pasternak. I actually really like Matt Grizzlechek, who's playing on the top power play for the Bruins. He's 3,600 on DK. Like I played him a ton early in the season. Like I think you can still go back to him. He's kind of taken the place of Torrey Krug. He's got the puck on his stick a ton. Everything kind of runs through him. So like I like Grizzlechek tonight. I will say too, like we talked about it in the pre-show, like kind of like Tom Wilson a little bit. Like I don't like the idea of like stacking these teams up in any way, but like there are some interesting pieces. Like I kind of like that Backstrom line. Verana's cheap on the top power play unit. Like he's not really going to be a focal point shooter because of Ovechkin, but I think maybe he gets, maybe bags an assist. Maybe they get a 5-on-5 goal. Like, but K Falk made a good point. Like, and we talked about this the day after, how when you see two good teams play, like, yeah, it's most likely a low scoring game, but like this one could get sneaky tonight. I think they've seen each other. They've kind of figured some things out, and you might see a little bit more offense tonight. So like, I don't hate going to pieces, but they are expensive.
They are expensive. Okay. So Washington, Boston, one game. I wonder if you guys got any thoughts on this Tampa Bay, Chicago game. Palat, Hedman, just a couple of names to throw out there. Palat, the winger, Hedman, the defenseman. Let's get back to you here with this, EJ. So Tampa Bay, Chicago, who are some of the targets from this game and why?
Well, like Kevin mentioned, like I think we're definitely seeing one backup goalie. We're seeing Saban tonight. Maybe we see Curtis McElhinney. Right now, I think it's probably going to be Vasilevsky, but if you do see McElhinney, definitely makes Chicago a little bit interesting, but man, their prices are just ridiculous. Like I think Patrick Kane's like 9,000, DeBrincat's 8,000. If you're going to play them, you almost have to run it back with like Carpenter and Boquist. But Tampa, like I think there's like 9 guys you could probably play in their lineup. Like Cirelli's too cheap right now. He's playing with Stamkos. Killorn's too cheap playing with Stamkos. I like Braden Point, Palat, and Blake Coleman tonight. Coleman's cheap, Palat's cheap, and Point is like the cheapest he's probably been all year. So like I think the one thing, like this game could get a little sideways. Like it could be like a 5-4 game. We were kind of expecting that on Wednesday, and I think now that the backup goalies are probably in, like this is a really interesting spot.
Okay, K Falk. This is game number 2. I don't see too much love out of this outside of Tampa Bay, right?
No, I think that you got if McElhinney's in, Chicago's line of the super expensive guys have been playing unreal this year. Number one, and they're going to be low owned because they're expensive. Nobody wants to play Kane and DeBrincat, and the two of them are just fantastic players. And if you got McElhinney in, you're going from one of the best goalies, if not the best goalie, to probably one of the worst backups in the NHL. I would say. I don't know, EJ, if you agree with that, but I think McElhinney is putrid as a goalie, and they try to do as much as they can to not even put him in there. It has been my experience. And then you have on Tampa Bay side that again you're going against a backup goalie, and there's a reason he started off as being the 1-2 punch of him and what's Lankinen, is that his name?
He was calling Delia to start the year, but yeah, like Lankinen's now the number 1. I think he's kind of solidified himself.
Lankinen's saving this team so far and putting him into a playoff spot, and Subban lost his position as the as the goalie that was supporting him, and Lankinen just jumped him, and Subban wasn't good for Vegas. They had to go and get somebody. He's just not a good goalie. He's not a great goalie. So you're going against probably one of the best offenses in the league as well. So very, very, very viable game, especially if McElhinney's in. I think you can potentially game stack this, get the first line for Chicago at super expensive prices, and then get some pieces of Tampa Bay because they're just such a good offensive team.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tampa's really, really interesting just because of their pricing.
You guys got any questions for EJ and for K Fallick? Throw it in there in the chat. I got the chat up right now. We're 19 shy of 100 likes, which will be the first giveaway here for some swag. Like I said, we already got. I'm already sending out one of them to Cody. So you're getting my RPS sign just for you, Cody, just for hanging out with us and watching some hockey today. I absolutely love it. I already got a couple of lineups in, so this will be terrific. I'm looking at the cores again. We'll discuss EJ's cores after we get through game by game. Kate Falk, let's start with you on this next one. We got Anaheim and Colorado. Nathan McKinnon is going to be in tonight. Landeskog is going to be in too. His wife had a kid. He didn't skate around today, but he should be in the lineup this evening as well against the Ducks. So Anaheim, Colorado. Listen, the Avs should be they should be popular just because of the firepower they have. Do you have any exposure in this game, Kate Fallick?
So far, my plan is again, if McElhinney is in, I'd rather have the Chicago pieces over these Colorado pieces at easily half the ownership, and that's just my GPP mind in play. But Colorado 1's one of the most dominant lines in hockey. Colorado 2 has become much stronger this year than they've been. Anaheim, I don't think I'll ever play Anaheim. I just can't. I've never been able to figure out what they do this year. I'm not even really sure. And I don't want to mess with Colorado for sure. So not much interest in this game overall. Colorado 1's going to be chalky, as they should be. They can break the slate. They're the Edmonton. They're the Toronto of the slate tonight, I would say. I don't know if EJ agrees, but that's the way I look at it. Is they're the most prolific line. They're the most prolific line. Vegas is a close 2, I'd say, and then you got Tampa Bay as a 3, and then you have Washington and Boston that are playing each other. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. I'm probably avoiding most of them.
What's your take, EJ?
Yeah, I mean that's right on. I look, you can play Colorado 1. I think you got to have some pieces in cash. I don't hate playing Colorado 1 if you can figure out a way to get a little bit different. I actually like the Kadri, Burakovsky, and Saad line. I don't think they come in at nearly the ownership. They're cheap. Saad's 3,200. I almost always will throw a one-off with Brandon Saad. I do like Kadri because he correlates well with that top power play line. But the ownership is tough. There's also some interesting pieces. If you're looking for cheap one-offs on Anaheim, Trevor Zegras is 2,800. I think Adam Henrique is $3,000. Both of those guys are. Zegras is an unbelievable hockey player. He's a rookie. Henrique's a vet, but he's steady. He should probably get 2 or 3 shots on a floor game. If he puts one in, you're gravy. The one thing I will say, if we get John Gibson tonight, I don't hate going there. He's going to see a ton of shots. Maddie and I were talking about it earlier this morning. He's had really good career numbers against Colorado. Granted, we're talking about 2 different teams. The Anaheim was 2-3 years ago to what they are now. But John Gibson's a good goalie, man. I don't hate going there. The price is relatively cheap. If you're looking for a little bit of leverage and you're not playing Colorado, it can help you. It'll save you $1,000 off some of the top guys. Somebody like Vasilevsky, or even I think McElhinney's 8,100, 8,200, something like that. It's a nice little way to save a little salary and get some leverage. So
yeah, EJ is completely right. I'd love when I'm not playing any of the guys from the big favorite. I almost always will throw in that as long as they're putting up shots. And Colorado's number 3. It looks like so far this year on shots on goal this so far. So you're looking at if they don't score or score 1 or 2, you're still going to get a lot of shots on goal and a lot of opportunity for $6,800. And it's always a great way to play on that correlation side as well. Yeah.
All right, guys. Just before we get back to the analysis, we've got Workbench 21. For those of you not a part of Run Pure Sports already, Workbench 21 is the code. You get 25% off your first payment. We got so much going on at RPS. I mean, it's obviously not just hockey, NBA, MMA. The guys are crushing it in golf. Snyder just hit the Rory McIlroy first round winner. He's had 4 of the last 5 weeks. He's had winners on PGA. Title sending me naughty messages in Discord, but I'll still give him a shout out. He's doing a great job on the MMA side. So just because we don't have NBA this weekend, we still got a lot of stuff: golf, MMA, and of course, right here what we're doing with the hockey. Baseball is going to be getting going soon. Been watching a little bit of spring training as well. So Workbench 21, and while we don't have the $600 ticket to give away, they usually do that on the Workbench show during the week for NBA. We do have that $600 ticket giveaway. Personally, I would use that one instead, because then you're enrolled for the $600 ticket giveaway during the NBA show. So if you do want to sign up, free ticket would be that promo code as well. Free ticket. And again, guys, hit the like button. That's great. We're getting close to 100, so some of you can get some swag. That would be nice. And the other thing is, we got a question here from Kellen Foster. Any love for Gibby? Do you have any love for Gibby? Either one of you?
Yeah, that's John Gibson. Yeah, like that was what I was just saying. Like I think that's actually a really, I don't want to say sharp, but like I think it's a good play. Like anytime a team's going to be like 30% owned, which I would imagine like that McKinnon, Ranton, and Landeskog line is, like I got no problem going to the goalie who's going against him. Like that's especially at what 6,800, like something just crazy. Like
6.8K. Yeah, 6.8K, looking at about 5% ownership. I'm not going to say it's the play to go to. You're taking a big chance in a GPP world, but I'm sure I will. I'm playing 2 teams tonight. I am sure that I will have at least one of Gibson.
I look at it this way. Like, I think he's going to see the shot volume, right? Like, I think he easily sees 35 shots. If he sees more than that and he lets in, let's say he sees 40 shots and he lets in 4, he still gets the 35 save bonus. He may not win, but he's going to have enough saves that at 6,800, he's going to pay off value at least 3x. Why would you not go there? It's a risky play, but I kind of like it.
First of all, where the hell is Matty Ice? He's in the chat, apparently getting a lap dance somewhere. EJ, where's Matty Ice?
He's at the slots right now. He's sitting at the slots watching.
The last time I checked, this is like the busiest NHL day of the year. Isn't this busier than opening day?
No. It's 6
What's the guy doing?
He's got a bachelor party, man. His brother's getting married. Baby bro.
Oh, his brother's getting married?
Yeah. Baby bro, he's the best man.
You don't come back with chlamydia, Matty Ice. You didn't party hard enough. I'm going to tell you that right now, buddy. Yeah, you heard me. I said it. Kate Fallick's a little uncomfortable with it, but I'm okay with that too. I don't give a damn. Hit the like button. We're almost to 100. Oh, Big T's in there. Big T's in here too. He's in the chat too. We were talking about him the other day.
Can't stack Detroit, Big T.
What's that?
I said we can't stack Detroit tonight.
Can't stack Detroit, Big T. You can't do it. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, EJ definitely plays cash. Do you bother with the cash, Kate Fallick?
I do not play cash.
Nope,
neither one of you plays cash. Damn straight, screw cash. We don't play cash.
Back in the day, I started playing cash, and I moved my way up to GPPs only over time. I was just getting it was probably Big T who made it happen, but I was getting too stressed out over winning over the 2-point difference between one player or the other, and I never wanted to get it right, and decided that GPPs is the way I needed to go.
Guys, I threw on a damn Capitals jersey for you, okay? So, this is a serious show here on RPS. Hit the like button. We'll do it. I got EJ down there. I got K Fallick up there. We got 3 more games to get to. We still got some goalies to talk about too. All right, EJ, seriously, anything from this Minnesota-Arizona game? Maybe Ryan Suter. We'll get to the goalies in a little bit too, but like outside of Suter on Minnesota, is there anything on that side? And what about the Coyotes?
When I woke up this morning, I kind of was like, okay, I'm going to probably go at Minnesota. I like the Wild this morning. I have tempered that quite a bit at this point, but they're still, as far as 5-on-5 goals per minute, they are still the best team in the NHL. They're averaging 2.9 5-on-5 goals every 60 minutes, which is better than Toronto. It's better than Montreal. It's better than everybody. So there is something there. Obviously, their D are very, very nicely priced. Ryan Suter at 3,300 is way too cheap. I kind of like the Bugstad, Parise, and Fiala line. Parise just got healthy scratch last game. He's a 13-year NHL vet. I think he's going to come back pissed off. The price is great. I think you can maybe dabble there a little bit. And if you go there, you can pretty much play anybody. I think it's more of a cash play than anything. But I do like Parise. I do like Suter. I think you can play Fiala in some GPPs. He shoots the puck a lot. He can put it in the net. But I keep going back and forth on whether or not I think this is a super high scoring game. I don't think it is. Both of these teams just kind of play at a snail's pace. They're very structured. They're not forcing shots a lot. So I think it's more cash. There's some entertaining pieces on the Arizona side though too. Phil Kessel's 3,800. Connor Garland's a nice cash play. He always shoots the puck. So I don't think it's a stacking spot for GPPs, but there's some decent cash options in there.
Yeah, we're not messing with the cash. We're not bothered with that, K Fallick. Come on. Is this game just too slow for you?
Yeah, no, this is only GPP fillers for me. It's the one-offs that are making all the other lines fit in. Low shots, minimal correlation, especially on the power play. I love playing Arizona. It's one of the teams that I felt like I was getting at low ownership. You can still get them insanely low owned. You can play a good. The best correlation for Arizona is probably the second line. They just don't put up shots though. They don't shoot enough. I think looking at the stats, they're second to last this year so far in shots on goal per game. So your floor gets impacted. Minnesota doesn't allow a lot of shots. So you're playing for goals, and I don't think this is the spot to go at.
All right, so Alex is throwing a name out here. He's in our chat right now, Jakob Chychrun. And would you take a shot on the Coyotes defenseman, EJ?
It's hard to argue with how good he's been. I don't hate it. I think if you're gonna pay that price, why not pay up for Hedman or Carlson or somebody like that? That's just in a little bit better spot. I don't hate him. He's a good player. He's been really, really good this year for that team. But I'm not gonna land there, I don't think.
Okay. We do have a couple more games to get to, and then I want to talk about goalies. But before we get into that, EJ, I want to bring this up again. So I've thrown a couple lineups together. Some Golden Knights, some Lightning. How important is it to run it back with a skater from the other team? Is it something where there's a correlation where you're running run backs with your stack like there is in other sports?
You can. You generally, you can do that. I typically don't. I don't think it's required. Maybe K Fallick has a little bit different take on that, but I don't stack a team up and go, man, I got to find a run back from this other team. If it fits and I think it's a good play, I'll use it. But I'm typically not looking for run backs because what one team does doesn't necessarily correlate to what the other team does.
Damn straight, Jay Reed. I had the pronunciation. I got these pronunciations down, bro. I spent a lot of time coming into this, so you don't worry about it. I got you taken care of. If you want to say a name correctly, I'll do it. Kate Fallick, any thoughts on stacking here? And since you play so many other sports too,
yeah, the answer is the short answer is no. It doesn't matter if you have a run back. And the one thing I will say in hockey that there's the only thing that probably tilts me in any sport is in hockey with the empty net goal. And that is the best opportunity when you run a run back of some sort. You're depending on usually a closer game to happen. If a closer game happens, you have an opportunity that empty net goal is going to happen because you're working off of a 3-2, 4-3 game or whatever, and you got that empty net goal opportunity for that team. I don't think it's necessary. It can happen anywhere. The hard part about hockey is that you got 18 very viable players every single time they're on the ice, and you're trying to get the best opportunities. And I've never really focused on having a run back necessarily, because I'm just hoping that I get 2 or 3 goals from my one line that's in, and that's all I need necessarily. I think you can correlate your goalie with your stack is a very common route to take. Is your goalie being correlated with your stack allows you to have the win is really all it allows you to do. It sometimes hinders the shots on goal and the saves that they get, but you're at least going to get a better chance of getting that win if your line scores.
Jay Reader, you really busted balls on my pronunciation here. His name is Jacob Chikrin, okay? He was an American. He was born in Boca Raton, Florida, where a bunch of old people go down to retire and die. His uncle was Luke Richardson, longtime NHL. I remember him with the Leafs and the Oilers. Jeff Chikrin, his dad. I mean, don't even start with hockey Holden here, Jay Reed. I mean, you picked on the wrong guy today, my friend. So, all right, we got the stacking thing done, which is good. I think that's really important, a strategy. Kate Fallick, you were on when I asked EJ this. We'll get back to the games in a sec. Like, you're sprinkling players for GPP. How do you look at the power play units? And really for both of you guys, the power play units, does that factor into anything when we're talking about rostering players and GPPs? How do you do it? How do you find the ancillary plays, Kate Fallick?
Yeah, I focus on correlation that is connected to the power play. I will look at what line is correlated to the power play and run with it. That's the most important thing to me. I know a lot of people want to do the 5-on-5 side of things, which I totally get. But the best opportunity to score is during the power play, and that's kind of the way I look at it. Is I want to get there and get those opportunities. So I'm always going to correlate that way. That's just I think that's the most optimal way to do it, and it's worked every once in a while for me. And hockey's a difficult sport for DFS, but when you hit on that power play line that gets those couple goals, I remember. Man, what was the day where we had the Colorado scored like 6 goals off of the one power play line, and that was just, it was nuts.
Yeah, I was going to say Jose. Same thing with Winnipeg a couple nights ago. Like, their power play went nuts, and like, and Paul Stastny had 2 goals, and yeah, it's kind of a fine line you're walking there too. Like, you want to get that power play correlation, and trying to find the right spots that the power play is actually going to pay off is the challenge.
All right. I was not on Wikipedia, Big T's burner. I was not on Wikipedia. It's not how I roll.
Yeah, we're about to move into the reason why I'm excited about this slate is this one power play line, and I'm pretty sure EJ already knows who it is because I feel like I always play them. So
St. Louis, LA?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. You go first then. The Blues and the Kings.
Well, I love both sides, but the Kings first line is just such a fun line in regards to price, in regards to full correlation. They have everything that makes me want to play them. You get a defenseman on the first line with them. You have a full correlated first line to the first power play. It's what I look at, and then they're also going to be low owned because people are scared of St. Louis and they don't notice that there's an probably the second worst goalie on the slate in net for St. Louis. If McElhinney plays, you got Husso, who's in goal, who is just horrific. So
is that it? We going on?
That's all I got. But they're my team right now. They're going to be. I think if we had a what is it? What are we calling it? The jockstrap line of the night. The LA Kings 1 is going to be my squad.
Okay, that's your jockstrap play of the night is right there. It has already come out. I can't wait to get to this Manscaped promo because both of you, I got a feeling, are not very Manscaped. So EJ, I was right, wasn't I? So no.
That's so great.
What do you got from this game? You like are there any plays here that you got from this game? And before that, I mean, I'm getting challenged in the chat here for some pronunciations. Who is this? Grinders. Pronounce. Okay, fine. You want me to pronounce his name? I'll kick his name right in the ass. Andreas Anthanasia. Was I close?
Close.
Anthanasia? Yeah, Anthanasia. Andreas Anthanasia. Huh?
Not the worst thing I ever heard.
Okay. Was I close?
Yeah. I think it's Athanasio.
Well, that's what I just said.
Close.
Come on, man. All right, let's do it. What do you got from this game? Any angle you want to attack it from?
No, I think Cape Alex, right? Like it's funny. Like I just sent Maddie a Discord message before, and I was like, man, I think I kind of like LA. Look, like here's the one thing that kind of makes me pause, and I really struggle with. Like the Blues are 9-2-2 on the road, or 9-2-1. Like they're just a better road team. So I really kind of struggle, but yeah, like Husso is just trash. Like I think this is actually kind of an interesting game stack spot. Like I think this could be like a 5-4 game, and the thing with LA is you kind of know where all their offense is going to come from. The Blues are a little bit harder to target. Like Oscar Sundqvist is really cheap. Torrey Krug is always really good. Like that first power play unit, David Perron shoots a ton. Like I don't hate a game stack here, but like I actually kind of like Calvin Peterson, so I'm kind of torn. But this is kind of an interesting game, and I think especially in GPPs, you're not gonna hate yourself getting pieces of this one.
Okay.
Calvin Peterson looks like he's 12 years old. I learned that as well. He is not 12, but he looks like he is 12 years old.
No, just graduated college, man. 2 years ago.
2 years ago, he just graduated college. He's in there, and that's why he looks young. So I want to remind everybody, again, if you haven't signed up, Run Pure Sports, we got a $600 ticket giveaway. The guys are giving that away next week for the NBA. And that's because so many of you watch the NBA show. They say you get a certain number. Hey, we'll do it. So next week, our viewers did enough to where they're giving away a $600 ticket. If you are not an RPS subscriber, sign up. And you know what? I think the better code to use, I think the better value this week is going to be the free ticket. Type in free ticket for the $600 ticket giveaway. If you don't want a free ticket, and you just want to sign up for the NHL content or some other stuff, make sure you use Workbench21. Workbench21. And that's going to take care of you. I can't wait to get to this Manscaped thing with you two guys. It's going to be amazing. Kate Fallick already gave his jockstrap play of the day. The Vegas Golden Knights and the San Jose Sharks. So here's what I got here. I got Stone, I got Pacioretty, I got Glass. These are three guys I'm thinking about tossing into my lineup. EJ, is this a decent lean for me? Fade at all? What's your take on this game? Start with the Vegas side.
No, it's hard not to like Vegas tonight. And like I was there on Wednesday. Like the pricing on that Carlson line is really, really nice. And I think a lot of people are going to go there, and you're probably going to see people overlook the Stevenson, Pacioretty, and Stone line. And Cody Glass, I like as a nice kind of little throw in there because he's on the top power play unit. I actually may run a lineup with Cody Glass, Alex Tuck, and then run it back with Stone and Patches. So I really like Vegas tonight. San Jose is just like they're a struggle. Like I think you got to kind of play against them. So I'm all over Vegas.
You're all over it. This is a hell of a game. Okay, Fallick, this is my game, man. Gonna have to wait till a little bit later tonight, but 10:30 start. Golden Knights, San Jose Sharks. This is my game. You got any reach from either side?
No, it's Vegas is probably the best team in the league. I don't know. Right now, they are running at all cylinders, and they're a dominant offense. They have some awesome defensemen, both offensively and on the defensive side, protecting their goal. They're such a good team, and they're spread out as well. And I think ownership's going to be spread throughout. I think you can find some loan pieces. I didn't even think about Cody Glass. Cody Glass is a great low owned play who's going to be cheap. That it could be the fill in you need. I always like San Jose, but I just have never. I get burned by them more than I think I get burned by anybody else, because I just think that the Burns and Carlson side. I don't know what's happened to Carlson since he moved from where was he, at Ottawa or something? I can't remember where he was, but he was so good at Ottawa, and now he's 3.7, and he's just been horrible since coming to San Jose, and it does not make any sense. But yeah, Vegas is the team tonight that everybody's going to be attacking. I think you have to have some pieces. I think that they score no matter what, and getting some pieces of them is going to be important at least. Okay,
very good. Guys, you hit 100. Very good. Nice work getting to 100 likes here. You know what? I'm in a good mood today. You get us to 150. There's only 162 watch rate. You get us to 150, we'll throw out another winner. But I'll pick one guy out before. Maybe there's a lady in here. I'll pick a guy out before the show is over, and we'll get going and pick a winner out. So, EJ, let's go right back to you. Goaltending, got some notes here. Grubauer's getting the start for Colorado, for Colorado. Vanacek for Washington, and Subban in net for Chicago. So, give me a little core here. Top tier, mid tier, low tier. About 3 or 4 options tonight on a 6-game slate.
I mean, I think if you get Vasilevsky, like, he's probably the best play. Grubauer right there too. I still kind of like the John Gibson play. I like Cal Peterson. Those are the 2 low price guys I would go to. Fleury's in there too. I kind of wonder if they're going to get enough shots to really make him pay off. I think he's 8,300, 8,200. Like, and it's the same thing with Grubauer though, right? Like, they're priced up. Like, they got to see a lot of shots. The thing with the Chicago matchup for Vasilevsky, like, Chicago fires the puck, so he's going to see 30, 35 shots without, thinking about it much. So that's I would think Vasilevsky, like, you can pay up for him, or you can just pay all the way down and go down to Peterson or Gibson.
How about you, K. Fallick? What do you got in goal tonight?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything EJ's saying. I would also throw out whoever's starting for the Coyotes tonight. I think is a very viable play as well. They're at home. Wild put up a lot of shots, and they could struggle. Darcy Kemper, I think, if he's in goal, he's one of the best goalies in the league. A very underrated goalie, in my opinion. And then you have, if not, I'm going to butcher this name, Ranta. He's and they're in that price range that I love playing. The 7.4, 7.5-ish range is the range that I think it gets overlooked. People either go high or low. They sometimes avoid that mid range unless it's the right spot.
Okay, there are some other things I want to kind of like build a lineup here. We're not going to build the whole lineup, but I at least want to give people a little bit of a skeleton to work with before we do that. But before we do that, and JT Hayes, thank God, I asked everybody out here at Rumpure, what is the Manscaped code? What is it? Nothing. And then I get JT Shaves from JT Hayes, and that is not it. That is not the code. So he told me it's Rumpure20, he thinks. So just try it out if you can. K. Fallick, does your wife enjoy hairy men? Does she like the bear look? What is she going for these days?
She does enjoy the hairiness up top. Definitely, as you can see with the face and the and lack of hair, I guess now.
Correct.
But down low, you got to get the Manscaped. Have to get the Manscaped.
Did Tony send you the Manscaped yet?
No, I'm pretty pissed about it. I don't know.
No,
what
you will.
To me
you know what?
This, but
screw that, K. Fallick. You got called out of the bullpen to do this show. You're totally getting a Manscaped.
Oh, I'll be talking to him. Don't you worry.
Yeah,
it's on the list.
Deserve to be shiny. You get the little toner in there. They got that. They got the shower stuff. Look at EJ. EJ's just like, what the fuck did I get myself into here? So
no,
because I wax shower stuff, huh?
I said it's because I wax.
You wax your balls. I cannot imagine how painful that would be, EJ. Now I'm picturing it and I'm getting a little nauseous, to be honest with you. Thank you very much. So you might as well use a Manscaped next time.
Oh, man.
20.
Ouch.
If I could get one sent to me. Come on.
Huh? You need to get one sent to you?
Yeah.
After what you just said, I mean, if you wax, you don't need one, dude.
I mean,
I never even thought of waxing.
That just sounds miserable.
Yeah, right?
I had somebody do the.
EJ? It was horrible. There's blood coming out of it.
I wax my entire body like a swimmer.
You wax your whole body?
No, come on. Do I look like
I did my eyebrows once and said I was never doing any waxing of any part of my body ever.
Eyebrows?
Yeah, the little
that's just weird.
It's not enjoyable.
Right? Can't you just use you know what? You can use the Manscaped thing. It'll probably take care of that too. It's really good. Run Pure 20 if you want to make sure you got nice balls.
I'll need to get two razors for that, I guess. I need one for down low and one for up high. Mangone just uses one from what I understand. So I'll need I'd prefer two for sure though.
All right, very good. All right, that's your Manscaped code. Again, it's EJ with the wax. That's a little bit. Yeah, hockey guys don't manscape. What are you talking about, Redman? They absolutely manscape. Yes, they do. Just because they're missing teeth doesn't mean they keep it dirty down there. My goodness, stop being so judgmental. 150 likes and we're there. We're just going to come up with a little skeleton here. I just want to do that. You're right, Jordan. Nothing but silly stuff when you're talking about three middle-aged men talking hockey and waxing their balls. You're right. So I don't want to give away all the core plays. But it's a free hockey show, and we want to make sure we let everybody know what they're doing. How about this, EJ? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be site-specific. You could tell me which site you'd rather play them on. But what about one center, one wing, and a defenseman? Throw out three names for me that you think you can build a core around tonight.
I'll tell you right now, one of my main core, or my main core on the site right now, it has Braden Point, Andre Palat, and Victor Hedman. I think that matchup is just too hard to ignore. And I kind of reverse psychology did. The Cirelli Stamkos line was really good on Wednesday, so I kind of went to the other one. Like Point I think he had 6 DK points, so I'm going to them. I think that's where you start.
That's where you start. Okay, yep. Fallick, who are the three names that you would start with tonight in your build?
So yeah, I think I'm looking at that. Those three Tampa Bay with a few of my Kings, plus you throw in the Cody Glass, and I think you have a team. I don't want to give the whole team away, but you have a good squad put together right there. I think Cody Glass is just staring at me as my low priced piece. He's on power play 1. He's on the first power play squad for Vegas, and centers aligned for 3-2. And I think he's going to be probably the piece that I build. Getting my low priced player in there is going to be Cody Glass at this point, and then mixing in my Kings, Kopitar, and you got Dustin Brown and Doughty, and the four of them make everything happen then.
So K. Fallick, what's your jockstrap play of the game day again? What is that?
I'm just going with the Kings one line. I don't want to play. I don't feel like you can put down one person, one player as a play in hockey. I think the full line of the Kings line is the way to go.
EJ's ball waxing special. Let's hear that one, EJ. You're on mute, buddy. Amateur.
Hey, it's the amateur hour all day here. So I'll give you a two-man. I think it's Cody Glass and Alex Tuck.
Okay,
I think those two guys. I think they're going to probably have a big game. Give
me Victor Hedman. I'll take some Victor Hedman. And if you guys want to ask any questions, you just got a couple of minutes. That's it. Nick Sorrow. Oh my God, I'm at work finishing prep for a dinner service. Our executive chef says, what the hell are you listening to? A nut waxing show? I got to tell you something, guys. This is not a bad idea because you already have a built-in audience. People watch these shows specifically for the guys to talk about their balls. What I'm thinking, Kate Fallick and EJ, maybe we just do a ball waxing show every week. What do you think? 5 minutes of technique, pain, anything? Sharing stories?
I'll let EJ take the lead on that one.
Okay, EJ, it's me and you, dude.
Yeah, y'all have that one.
I want a video tutorial.
Hey, that's I'm a team player.
Yeah, don't do it. Shut up, Holden. Neil Dog. All right, I got to pick one of you guys out for a free something. All right, I've never heard of Dallas Sports Fan, but we got to our likes number. We wanted that. We wanted 200 total viewers. We got that. Dallas Sports Fan. Here's what you need to do to get your Run Pure swag, okay? info@runpuresports.com. Just email it. info@runpuresports.com. How pissed are you guys going to be when Big T ships tonight?
It always happens. First time he gets into any sport, it's like the full shipper. I don't play. I dabble in hockey more than play regularly. I had a good start to the year. I'm interested to see if Titletown is going to join us on the hockey side tonight.
He said he sucks.
Big T's been low key in the hockey streets, guys.
Yeah, he's in there.
He's been dabbling in the hockey streets.
Ooh, how's he do?
I think he does all right.
Yeah, you seen him down there? Okay.
We've chatted about it.
I like that. Freak, why is everybody making fun of Dallas? Why are you guys making fun of Dallas? Big deal. If we would have gotten to 200 likes, then we could have gotten two of you for you. But good job, Dallas. I'm proud of you, man. 114 likes, not bad whatsoever. We had 3 dislikes before the show even started, and then 3 during the pause. So I think we did a pretty good job here bouncing back. David, what's my cheap goalie in play tonight? Guys, we want to talk about the cheap plays of goalie? Who's your guy?
We've been talking about it the whole time, but
I know.
We'll talk about Gibbs. Should we call him Gibby or John Gibson this time? I think he's the only option down low.
Yeah, you can't play. Was it Dubnik or Dell, whoever's starting for San Jose? You can't play him.
All right, Alex wants to know what your guys' stance on McKinnon is in tournaments tonight.
I always I take really hard stands. I think guys like that, the whole Matthews or McDavid, when they're 40, 50% owned, why do you need to play him?
Because he can break the slate. That's
he can, but I'd rather let somebody else play him at 50% ownership and take, it's hockey. That's the thing. What is he, 8,500? If he doesn't get more than 24, 25, he's not doing you any good. So that's kind of how I look at it. I'd rather, me personally, the way I play, I would rather fade him at that ownership.
Okay, you'd rather fade at that ownership.
I liked him more when he was getting more time on the ice. Lately he used to get 25, 26 in the end of the year last year, and right now he's hanging around that 20 to 22. So it needs to be effective. Colorado's really built that team up, and they can attack from a lot of different lines finally. So it's not all dependent on that first line, which that first line used to be on the ice half the game, which was what made them so good. Is they were just always on the ice, always peppering, always having opportunities for really good shots and on goal and getting those goals. And it was never just the one man goal with no assist. It was always the same 4 guys were involved every single time on those goals.
Big T's playing Gibson tonight, just so you guys know.
Of course he is.
My boy. That's my boy.
Jordan Clark. Sorry, Jordan. I mean, if your wife was looking at you saying, what the fuck? I mean, what were you expecting? You turn into a Run Pure Sports show. You never know what you're going to get. I mean, you do know what you're going to get. You're going to get the best DFS content out there, but you also don't know what's going to happen around that. Okay? You shut up, Neil Dog. Don't just tell me to shut up, Neil Dog. You shut up. Huh? You want to go, act like 6-year-olds? Fine. We'll go do it. I'll take you out in the back. I got some hockey brawling skills. I fight kids all the time. 3-year-olds, 6-year-olds.
Story of my life too.
Yeah, you too, right?
Yep, 2 and 4.
Yeah,
2 and 4.
You would think you could take 10 6-year-olds down pretty easily, but you really can't.
No,
You cannot.
No, right? EJ.
Yeah. I got an 8-year-old daughter, so I mean,
How many 8-year-olds could you beat up at once? Seriously, how many could you take? 3, 4?
Maybe 3 or 4.
Right? Because
after that, it gets a little dicey.
yeah, you would think, oh, I could take 10 8-year-olds down. You can't. They like bite you and they scratch you. They're horrible people. What about you, K. Fallick?
Yeah. I used to be a camp counselor for the 8-year-olds back in the day, but now I thank God only have to deal with 2 and 4-year-olds, and they just get in the way instead of trying to fight them. They want to get in your way.
All right, very good. Want to remind everybody, we got the $600 ticket giveaway next week on the NBA Workbench. That'll be great. And if you have not signed up for Run Pure Sports, but you want to get in on a chance to win that ticket, free ticket is the promo code, Run Pure. And if you don't care about the ticket, then use Workbench 21 because you get 25% off your first payment there. So that is absolutely terrific stuff. Hey, we got through it, guys. I'm pretty excited about this. Stress, I'm telling you, you cannot beat 58-year-olds up. It's just not going to happen. Some of them
the best part is
strong.
The best part is we got a new member out of this because my man Spotted, who used to be around at the old soccer of Rubio dimes and Tristan time, has promised that if I got on a show and he watched, he'd be joining for at least a month. So holding him accountable. Let's make this happen.
Totally worth it then. Totally worth it. That's
worth
good,
all
right?
the computer troubles. It's worth all the computer troubles I have.
It was worth all your troubles. I actually enjoyed doing this. I don't mind doing so.
Yeah, it was good.
Are we going to do 2 more next week? I think we're doing Monday, Tuesday next week too.
Maddie, I hope you're back in town. You better be back in town for it.
He's back Monday morning. He'll be
all right. Sweet.
I don't even want him on. If you're going to blow off one of the most important days of the year, it's okay. Stay on vacation, dude. Stay at your bachelor party, Matty Ice. Go get hammered. It's fine. We don't care. Actually, EJ does. K. Fallick, do you care?
Nah.
No, I don't care either. Kathy Jordan. I'm sure this is a guy using his wife's account. Fleury or Vasilevsky? Which one? I need help.
I think it's probably Vasilevsky.
Yeah?
Yep.
Vasilevsky's the play? All right, beautiful.
It's just from a shot standpoint. Like I think Chicago is going to fire more shots than San Jose is.
Okay.
Make sure Vasilevsky's in though. I think that's the important part. Is you got to. I said it in the Discord, but if you want to wait until guys are in, make sure the goalie's in. If not, you're going to be really pissed at yourself when the other goalie scores a ton of points and you're sitting there with a 0 because you're expecting Vasilevsky in over Mac.
Oh, he's getting the back-to-back. That's the news is he's getting the back-to-back.
Okay.
So he's playing. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was what I'd seen. So.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, you're messing with NHL Holden over here. You're not getting anything past me today, guys. That's it. I'm so locked in.
Are you gonna come into the NHL chat and tilt?
I
like
was in the NHL chat at the beginning of the year.
Are you gonna tilt? No, but are you gonna tilt like NBA chat does?
No, I don't. No. I don't. I tell those guys. You know where I do in the Discord? I'm on the bet side a lot. Sweating that guys just because they're a bunch of jabronis. They're just those guys. You talk about the sweat. You think they freak out in the regular Discord? Go to the bet side. These guys are like jumping off buildings in the middle of games. Like, dude, we're 3 minutes into the game. Relax. You're gonna win. You can add the bet side for $20 with a sub to the sports side. Yeah, it's okay though. That's okay. It is your wife's account. I knew it. I knew it was your wife's account. There's no women in here. I thought we'd have some women. They don't play. It pisses me off. You're repping Moberly, Missouri. That's right, Daniel. I can't get you some gear, dude. We didn't get to 200 likes. We needed 200 today. I know it's not the NBA. It's a little pop-up NHL show, but hopefully you guys learned something. If you haven't signed up, 2 ways to do it. Wishbone21, 25% off your first payment, or you could sign up and you can put in the code free ticket. And you can do that too. Oh, Mangone's going to be in the hockey chat tonight. Beautiful. That'll be great. Looking forward.
The police officer will be there, just reminding everybody of every play, looking on the charts. Don't worry, EJ, you can go to bed early tonight. You don't have to sit up and wait for it. Mangone's got us taken care of now.
All right. Beautiful. I like it. Ryan, the captain behind the scenes, thanks for the help, buddy. Appreciate it. Kate Fallick, thanks for coming out of the bullpen. EJ, it was great working with you. Got another question before we go. Is Kakkonen in play tonight?
Of course.
Yeah, I think you can go. You can go there. I like I said, like I think I'm going to limit my exposure to probably Vasilevsky, or I'm paying down for Gibson or Cal Peterson.
Okay.
Arizona has the least number of shots, one of the lowest number of shots per game in the league.
Yeah.
But I think that turns into potentially low owned, opportunity for a win, opportunity for a shutout. All those things are there. You just got to hit
for sure.
You just got to hit the right guy. It's not. I wish it was easy to say this is your goalie you have to go with, but that's just not how it works. Goalies go on heaters and just it happens. And you want to be that. You want to have that guy, and that's the way it works.
Workbench 21, not Wishbone 21. Workbench 21. It's okay. And I got a fun podcast out. Uncle T and me yelling at each other. G Risen, Rubio Dimes, all of us. It's called The Wishbone. It's a great podcast. You should check it out. It's for members too. Is there an NHL premium show? We do not have an NHL premium show yet, do we?
No.
I mean,
no, we do not.
Like, this was pretty good. I don't mind that. And then Alex wants Big T to put his DK core up there next to your guys. So hopefully Big T will step up and do it. Hopefully Big T. Oh, thanks, Soup. Thanks for getting back to me. Freaking 45 minutes after I hit you up asking for a code, dude. Really appreciate it. Great work today, Run Pure Sports guys. Anyways, enjoy the hockey tonight. We'll be back on Monday with another hockey show. And then once the NBA comes back in, we'll be all down with that. And I'm just completely geeked up for baseball. Me and JT Hayes already going back and forth. We're excited about this. We've got so much coming up for baseball. Check out Run Pure Sports, guys, if you were here. Hope you liked the show today. Hope you like the content. We'll be doing it more next week, too. So good luck for Captain, EJ, and Kate Fallick. I'm Holden. Keep running pure.